did not sex the deer in the article.
Yeah, because you can't be sexing deer.
Can't be. You don't want to assume either. Just because they have antlers don't mean they're male deer. So kind of leave
had
that
a gender reassignment antler surgery.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just shed it, but they still have nuts. So
welcome to the Mac and Clay Save the World podcast. Really the only podcast you need to be listening to. You could probably just delete every other podcast that's out there because they're worthless compared to this one. I mean, what do you say, Clay?
Yeah, you're going to learn everything you need to know and then some. We've forgotten more than you will ever know, just to let you know.
And I've forgotten a lot, so
yeah,
that says something about one of us.
Yeah.
Also, we will be taking questions coming up soon. Maybe we'll take a couple questions tonight. So if you have questions, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Mac and Clay, or if you're on Facebook, we're there. And we're also on the YouTubes. So figure out a way to send your questions into one of those channels and we'll maybe answer that if we feel like it. So right into the current events, what is happening in the world today that we need to talk about?
Man, so in Virginia, I guess deers are trying to hitch rides now. It's pretty interesting. One just decided to take a seat on the bus through the window.
Just jumped right through the damn window.
Jumped right through the window. I guess they wanted to get an education too, like everybody else. Fell on a sleeping student, and the student was a little startled, understandably.
I bet that student woke up.
Yeah.
That way you learn.
He said he thought it was weird. There was something on his back, and then he really was a little alarmed when he figured out it was a deer.
Just a full size. Did the deer have? Was it a buck? Did it have antlers?
I don't know. It didn't say buck or doe. It did not sex the deer in the article.
Yeah, because you can't be sexing deer.
Can't be. You don't want to assume either. Just because they have antlers don't mean they're male deer. So kind of leave
had
that
a gender reassignment antler surgery.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just shed it, but they still have nuts. So, but anyway, everybody was safe. Everybody survived, and the deer was set free once the bus driver stopped and opened the door. It's almost like it made
the
it. Deer
say, "Hey, bus driver, 2 more lights."
I think he pulled the cable.
6 blocks on the left. I'm trying to hit the Kmart.
Yeah, I need to get to that cornfield down the way, buddy. Jump on it, stat.
So I'm curious if this was a short bus or not.
Ooh,
sounds like a short bus.
I mean, it could be. But you think there's more potential for him to hit a window and actually gain entry in a long bus, though.
Think about a bus on a window. Like, that's high up.
And it's a tiny-ass opening.
It's a small window.
It is. Unless it's a Greyhound. Because, I mean, those windows are pretty big, but I assume this was just
you said it was a school bus, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, wow. I mean, he was full send. Like, he had proper windage, side alignment, side picture, and he just said...
It's like doe.
He had the Mac and Clay flying through Superman pose.
He's Superman straight into that window. Like, you gotta have a little bit of inertia and a little bit of speed to be able to just bust straight through a bus window.
Well, good on the deer. Good job, deer. Yeah. High five.
And it survived.
All right. Well, what else we got?
Yeah, next, Marines these days seem to be having a problem with stealing shit from the ranges that they go on. And one in particular, First Reconnaissance Marine decided it would be a good idea to steal some ammunition and then go post it on Craigslist and try to sell it. Hey, we're in an ammo shortage, right? I mean,
well, you know what you can get for some range ammo right now?
Oh, man. Some good green tip.
The temptation would be high. Not going to lie.
I know.
I might steal some for myself.
Yeah. Just so you'd have it. I mean, you have to applaud his entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, paying the Marine Corps sucks. So you can get it somehow, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Bypass the amnesty box is what you're saying.
Yes. Bypass the amnesty box. And anytime, you're on the range and you see an opportunity, throw a stick of C4 in that cargo pocket, buddy. Like, hook some shit up. Black market, stick of C4, you'd probably get 10 grand for that piece. Like, I'm not going to lie.
We could talk offline about that one. We have some ideas. Do you have that Marine's contact information?
I do in the article, but I'm not going to share it here because that's for us to know.
We'll contact him later because I know I could use some more ammo.
I could too. And
all right, what else we got?
Yeah, and so finally, just imagine you're sitting on the beach, right? Just hanging out with your kids. You maybe dug a fighting hole there or done something different, building a little sand castle.
Tan in my buns. I like to lay face down on the beach.
Face down with a thong.
Yep.
Get your ass burnt.
Yeah.
So imagine you're doing that. You're sunning your ass. And then you turn around, you wake up, take a little stretch, and realize that there is a landmine done washed up near you.
Was it a landmine or a sea mine?
It was a sea mine, excuse me.
Right. It was a floating landmine.
It was floating. Yeah. So not a landmine, but it was a mine.
Weren't you supposed to be like a combat engineer?
Yeah, I was, but I was not in the sea.
You weren't briefed on the difference between land or sea mines.
There's not much sea in the middle of the desert.
We need to put that on our list of things to save from ourselves and the Marine Corps is combat engineers need to be properly schooled
sea mines
on the difference between landmines and sea mines.
Okay.
So now on the landmine / sea mine, did it have any kind of nomenclature or text or markings to identify what kind of mine it was?
The article didn't really say.
It didn't have like
the saving grace is the fact that it had inert on it. So, but some experts even say that even though it had inert on it, it could still contain explosives, which,
I mean, knowing the military as well as you and I do, we have to assume that all weapons are live rounds.
Assume every weapon's loaded.
Yes.
And I get that. I just kind of don't understand. If it's got a nerd on it, maybe it's
a crazy world. I mean, you imagine sun in your buns, drinking a margarita, and you watch, little Johnny runs into the surf and sees a big floating green beach ball and decides to like grab it, maybe give a little hug, and you just get a sun bath, a sun screen bath of pink mist.
That would not be a good day at the beach.
No, I can think of better days to have on the beach.
Absolutely.
So if you're sunning your buns and you see a giant landmine / sea mine with the word nerd on it, give one of us a call.
We'll come check it out.
We'll check it out. We're trained professionals. At least one of us is.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
That guy.
I legit don't know. Yeah. So that's current events for now. And you got a main topic for us today, right?
Main topic is what were we going to talk about? Oh, right. Minimum wage. I mean,
that's good.
It's really important. It's been on the news articles that I've been following, and it's a hot topic for sure. And I think, we need to talk about what kind of price range or what kind of income brackets we need to be putting minimum wage people into. So I would think we could break it down first. Who are the people that are making minimum wage?
Yeah, it's the unskilled laborers of the world, right? It's the people that flip the burgers. It's the unsung heroes of this society.
I like unsung hero better than I like the word unskilled. Because that's arbitrary. That's kind of, maybe that might be your opinion, how skilled or unskilled I am. I mean, you don't know how good I am at the drive-through window. You don't know how many groceries I can bag. And you sure as hell don't know how much dog poo I can scoop in an hour.
Or how many dogs you can walk at a time. Like the list goes on, right? Like there are skills involved with the unsung hero labor.
Right. So, and I mean, these are invaluable things, like people who could be easily replaced by automation, robots, or the consumer himself. Like I know that I could go into a grocery store and I have the option to either have the unskilled or unsung hero bag my groceries, or I could just do it myself. So obviously, I mean, if I'm going to have that person do it for me, that's a commodity. And that is kind of in that entertainment style bracket. And if you think about what we're paying entertainers today, NBA stars, movie stars, things like that, that falls into that commodity bracket. So why are we not paying these unskilled or unsung heroes the same as like the NBA stars? I mean, I really don't like they're about the same amount of usefulness, right?
Yeah. About the same amount of influence on society. They're the backbone. Yeah, they're the backbone. They deserve all the pay that they can get.
So
what about a business owner? What do you think? How do you think they should treat it?
Well, business owners are usually assholes. They're rich dudes. I mean, people who own their own company, especially veterans who own their own companies. I mean, that's such a cliche thing to do. You become a veteran, you get out of the military, and then what's the first thing you do? You start a t-shirt company. What kind of asshole starts?
Write a book. Like whatever.
Or make grenade soap.
I know.
Shape soap.
Bunch of dickheads.
It's just selfish, really, what it is. They're trying to get all the money by being, entrepreneur minded and, putting hard work instead of seeing their families. The real issue here is those employers really need to take responsibility for the needs of their employees. You know what I mean? I'd like to take it a step further. Unskilled labor, unsung heroes, excuse me. I hope I'm not offending anyone by saying that other naughty word, but you should be taken care of by those who have. The have-nots really should be taken care of by the haves.
Yes.
So
it's like Peter Pan.
Yeah, you should start out, minimum wage. We'll bump that right up. And then things like stock options. If you're working at McDonald's, why shouldn't you own a piece of McDonald's? Turn that bitch into a co-op.
Oh yeah, I dig that. Where the workers own it. So nobody really has full responsibility for this business. It's like a conglomerate of workers that own the locations, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking that. And then kind of like help yourself on the way out. Like, think about it. If you were working at McDonald's, wouldn't it be just badass if on the way out you just, let's say you needed some silverware, some cups for the house, just grab a little Mickey D's soft drink cups and some sporks, if you will.
Yeah.
Bring that back to the house. And I mean, I know every time I go to fast food, I always grab a fat stack of napkins back
to the house. Yeah.
You can never have too many napkins.
No. And think of all the condiments you could steal too, right?
That stuff's free anyway. That stuff's free. So just grab what you want.
I know. Everything. Burgers.
Works to the job.
Yeah. If it works the same as grocery baggers too. Like they can just take whatever they want because they put it in bags, right? You gotta think how far that goes and like where it needs to stop, right? Like
I don't know that it does need to stop. I think you're entitled to whatever you want.
Absolutely. So you go into a job interview, you make sure you tell them you're going to do whatever you want to do there because that's what they want to hear.
That's how you get down. I do what I want.
Absolutely.
Put that right on the resume in crayon, slap it up there.
They're going to love the fact that you have enough confidence and you're going to get hired on the spot. You're probably going to even make more than the $15 an hour. I mean, that's
$15 an hour. That's like a starting point. That's like, that's kind of, what's $15 an hour times 40 hours a week? I mean, are we really making them work 40 hours? That feels like a lot.
I know. It should be like you should get benefits and have like flex hours, right? This shouldn't be a schedule. You should just come in when you feel like working.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah. I like the idea of kind of come and go as you please,
Yeah.
You
don't have to have coverage. Yeah. I mean, if you have part ownership in the business, you're just hurting yourself if you're not there, right? I mean,
going to work is a drag. I mean, who wants to go to work? I don't want to go to work.
I hate it.
I don't like jobs. Jobs, J-O-B. That's like a swear word. How do we turn that around to where people like having a job? Like, how many perks can we include to the point where you're like, I'm going to get like 3 or 4 jobs?
Oh man, start calling it fun. Don't start calling it jobs. Start calling it fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go to fun today. I'm
going
to grab some hot sauce packets from the TV on the way out.
Some of that fire sauce.
Yeah, fire's a little spicy for me. My tummy is kind of sensitive, but the hot sauce is right there. It's like that's like the sweet spot for me.
Man, I think I'm gonna go get a job. Oh no, I'm gonna go get a fun.
I'm gonna get a fun.
Sounds too much
fun. Starting to really, I'm kind of hungry for a chicken chalupa supreme. But
oh my goodness.
Moving on. So, what else, minimum wage wise? Like, I think we need to approach Congress on this. I don't think they're taking it far enough. I think we need to go full send.
Minimum wage wise?
Well, I mean, why do we even need wages? Why don't we just, get a check? We all get the same check every month from the government.
Not even have to work. Even have to fund. If we don't want to fund, we don't fund and we still get money.
Yeah. I just want money, really. I just want fat stacks.
Daddy fat stacks for nothing. I love that entitled. Like, I love that entitlement, man.
That's fucking sweet.
I know.
I wouldn't
you
even
don't have to earn nothing.
We could just podcast all day, and we would
Changing the world.
I just check my bank account and be like, "There's another couple $100 just from sitting here."
Yeah, it's almost like you could request it. Like, hey, I'm a little low. Can you go ahead and give me my check?
Give me
now?
a stimmy. Give me a stimmy. All right.
Well, a requested stimmy.
Let us know what you think about our ideas for minimum wage, because I think we're right on the money with that one.
Absolutely.
This week's Knife Hand is brought to you by Kbar Soap, where you get this little guy. I want to keep a knife hand nice and sharp. So KbarSoapCo.com has the knife hand rehab. Tell us all about that, Clay.
Oh, yeah. So if you work outside with your hands, you wash your hands a lot because of the Rona.
You said that swear word, work.
I did. So if you go to fun every day and your hands become a little less supple from
a little dull.
Yeah, a little dull from the work that you're not doing because you're having fun. You just put a little bit of stuff on there, and it'll be like you never even used them a day in your life. It'll be like you wash dishes, and you're still washing dishes. So it kind of simulates work, but it's fun.
It's supple.
Yeah, it is.
Supple.
Supple hands. You can sit on your ass and play video games, and then not like get calluses and stuff. Right? It prevents video game callus.
I like a supple knife hand, but I also like my knife hand sharp.
Yes.
So that I'm getting ready to knife hand. I want to hear that shing as it goes cuts through the hair. So who are you going to knife hand this week?
To be perfectly honest, I had some stuff written down, but somehow a fucking yellow jacket got in here and has been flying around me this whole damn episode. So I'd like to knife hand that son of a bitch right now. So that's what I would knife hand right now. Is this? I don't know where the hell it's at now, but I keep hearing it. I'm afraid I'm going to get stung and I'm going to jump out of my seat.
What if it's a killer? What's those killer bees?
Oh shit! It may be one of those. Yeah. What was it?
They were like released from Camp Lejeune. I think they were. Science experiment.
Ooh.
I've never met any bugs in my life like the ones that I met at Lejeune. Like those things are murderous.
They are.
Talk about the sand fleas. I think the sand fleas are like the lance corporals that are running around breeding with other bugs. And giving them.
So if a sand flea and a yellow jacket got together, I think that would be like the super bug, right?
Yeah,
like,
they had a murderous yellow jacket. It's like the marine.
Less cheating.
Yeah. So you're going to knife hand that yellow jacket. I have been thinking about who I want to knife hand, and I'm thinking anyone named Brenda.
Oh, God.
I'm knife handing the shit out of some Brendas.
Brenda.
And even maybe Brent. If your name starts with BR, you're on notice. Yeah. If I'm about to say your name and I can go, brr, I'm already got my knife hand in position. Because Brenda, I mean, think about Brenda. She's still got a perm. Perms have gone out of style like 20 years ago. She's still rocking that perm. And she's also showing up to parties with things like fruit salads. And Brenda's got way too many cats at the house. And I'm picturing Brenda making the fruit salad, but she's making it on the same counter that her cat just jumped up on. And that cat was like in the litter box 10 seconds ago, scratching around in the poop. And then now I'm at the party trying to enjoy this delicious fruit salad, but I'm biting it and I'm getting a little grit and I'm wondering where this grit came from. And then my brain is doing the math and I'm going back in time like Marty McFly and realizing that it's goddamn scoop away or whatever, that tidy cat scoop away.
Oh.
And Brenda, you ruined my day.
I hate cats.
Now that sounds oddly specific, but I'm sure it's happened to most of you who have met anyone named Brenda.
It is.
So Brenda, I'm coming. Knife hand.
Yeah.
Some people would think like, I would maybe want to knife hand Karen, but Karen's more of a go-getter. She's like kind of saving the world like we are. Brenda sees a problem. She identifies it and she handles it. She goes straight to the manager and she gets some shit done. She's making changes. Brenda, on the other hand, she's just complainer. She just gets on the old Facebook and starts some shit. So there you have it. That's why I want to knife hand.
That's some knife hands around the world. See, we're doing good. Just stick with us.
Trimming the fat, if you will.
You had questions? Did you what?
So we got to give a shout out to our boy Jared. He's been on watching the YouTube quite a while, and he's posing a lot of questions. He wanted to know what our thoughts were on the Marine Corps getting new rifles, the Marine Corps getting rid of tanks, and how the Marine Corps is going to handle a conflict with China. So, what are your thoughts for Jared?
New rifles, all for. I'm all for the Marines actually getting some equipment that isn't old and beat up pieces of shit. Be perfectly honest. New rifles, absolutely. Tanks.
So when we say new rifles, I mean, my idea of a new rifle is something that the Army's had for about 20-ish years and then decided they don't want anymore and they gave it to us. Is that what we're talking? Or are they getting new rifles?
So we need further clarification. So are we getting so we had Vietnam weapons. Are they getting OIF 1 back in 91 weapons as new? Is that how it's working? Because I'm all for.
They're finally going to give us the shorty saw with the ACOG on it. I think that's.
Yeah. The shit that's been circulating for 20 years.
The feed tray on that thing flaps around like a damn eyebrow flap.
Yeah. The M16 I had, it was the loosest piece of shit I ever had. And they're like, here, go to Iraq. You're good.
You're good. You'll be fine. So yeah, I agree. A new rifle sounds friggin-tastic.
I don't think we're going to fight a war on the ground with tanks anymore, man. I think that's the day. I think there's just going to be a drone war, and you're going to have Marines over there with no tattoos because we all know if a Marine has a tattoo, he's completely combat ineffective.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the garrison Marines. You got to have the strict high and tight. You got to have clean shaven, and you got to have supple, soft, smooth skin that has not been adulterated by the Jimmy Tiger in San Diego.
No, you have to. So what we're going to end up having in the Marine Corps is just going to be a bunch of garrison Marines that just hang out and play PlayStation all day and eat chow for 2 hours.
TikTok it up.
TikTok, yeah.
Too much time on their hands and they end up stealing stuff from the range, whatever.
But then they're all going to have drones attached to their PlayStation that they're actually fighting a war from the barracks. I think that's how it's going to be like the PlayStation game. You put it in.
Then what the hell do you need a tank for if all you need to do is learn how to play PlayStation? Join the Marine Corps.
I know.
We could shorten boot camp,
You wouldn't need it. Boot camp would be
about 4 hours a day paying PS4, little Call of Duty,
Training.
That's right.
Training vids.
And then, so how do we take on China then? Is China really a threat?
Not at that point. No.
If every Marine a drone operator, China's
it would black out the sky with drones, and then if you just put a nuke on each one of them, that would probably shift the Earth's rotation with just one drop of those, right? It would probably legitimately.
If we shifted the Earth's rotation enough, could we change the seasons and have more summer? I think that'd be good.
Maybe it'd make daylight savings time go away.
We can get rid of that knife hand daylight savings.
Knife hand the shit out of daylight savings time.
All right. Well, hopefully that answered your question, Jared. Thank you for the question. If you have a question, send it. And like I said, we'll decide whether or not we want to answer it. But if we do, maybe we'll send you some free shit. Jared, message us. And I got some goodies for you. Maybe one of the new Devil Dogs t-shirt from Leatherneck for Life. Bring up Leatherneck for Life, our next sponsor. We have the weekend safety brief. So Leatherneck for Life, Marine Corps Apparel Company, 100% made in the USA. We have all of the
with that new digs.
Look at that. We're both wearing Leatherneck for Life shirts.
Yeah.
We look good. Good.
You got the blackout out too, right? But I need a 1371.
Yeah, so we're going through the MOSs one at a time, and 0331 was first for
obvious fucking reasons. I get it.
And we got some butthurt from the rest of the grunts, and they're like, how about the 0311s? So we obviously, yes, my boys, the crunchies, the ground pounders, boots.
And then there'll be the 40s, then there'll be the 51s, then you're gonna go all through the 03s before we're gonna add
people who know the difference between a landmine and a sea mine might get some shirts. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck a sea mine. Nobody cares about a sea mine.
Knife hand to sea mine.
We're not amphibious, right? Marine Corps is not amphibious.
We don't need to be worrying about the Navy worries about that shit. Just get me from one spot, from point A to point B.
That's the Coast Guard. Let the Coast Guard deal with that.
Coasties out. All right. Yeah. So weekend safety brief brought to you by Leatherneck for Life.
So step one, 2-factor authentication. Turn that shit on now.
You know from experience.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody get your passwords.
Yeah.
For your social media.
Fort Knox that shit. I don't care if it's your personal page, and I don't care if it's a pain in the ass. 2FA is your friend.
All right, 2-factor, and don't be coming up with some password that homeboy can guess after like 3 tries.
Yeah, like your last name and then the number 1, 2, 3, 4, some bullshit like that. Like,
or Marine 1 times 1775 or some shit like that. Yeah, don't do that.
Marine.
All right. So safety brief. What else we got? What other things do we need to keep your little dick skinners out of?
Well, due to the issues at the border, Tijuana's off limits.
Again?
Yeah, just so to let everybody know.
Has Tijuana ever been on limits? I can't remember a time where I was like on a safety brief and they're like, gents, listen up. Word has been passed. You guys are good to go. Head on south to the border. We've already made prep arrangements. There's buses waiting. You all have a little petty cash. Do what you want to do.
Like a field trip.
Yeah, we made calls ahead. The women are prepped. The beer is flowing. Tijuana it is.
We'll put you on the range buses. They're going to take you down on the range buses. Yeah. Just watch out for deer on the way. I think there's little deers out there.
Keep the windows up and knife hands ready.
Yes.
The knife hand, the antlers right.
Don't fall asleep. It's that easy. You slap the deer back out. Just keep them out. And finally, last part of the safety brief. We know a lot of you are starting to travel again. And when you really care about other people around you and you have a little kid and you're planning on flying United, we highly suggest that you go on and permanently attach a mask to your toddler's face.
Yes.
Just so as not to offend people, right?
We have 550 cord. We have dummy cords. We have riggers tape, fast, all those kinds of things.
Super glue. I mean, they don't need to eat.
I mean, I've heard that Gorilla Glue works really good for hair. So if you need an idea how to keep that damn mask on your kid's face, Gorilla Glue has got you covered.
It is.
I'm going to talk to Gorilla Glue right after we get off this podcast. I think we could be a big sponsor opportunity right there.
Yes. Patent that shit up.
And, twofold that, could you get like a soundproof mask? Keep that 2-year-old quiet.
What if it's plastic? Maybe you should make it out of plastic and completely seal it.
What if it's like a bag with like a zip tie?
Ooh, yeah. That way it would work better too.
Keeps
that way,
the air that they're breathing in there, not spreading the Rona around the plane.
Yeah. Just keep it in. Yeah, it totally makes all the sense in the world. I mean, I don't know why people haven't thought about it yet. We're going to need to get on.
I think people have thought about it.
Yeah. Maybe.
We need to have like 4,000 disclaimers at the end of this podcast. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. And obviously don't do that.
And literally don't do shit you've heard on this podcast.
But do it all, really.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Mac and Clay Save the World, episode 3. We'll catch you on the next one.